Hello, all my beautiful friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I've got a wonderful astrological forecast for each sign of the zodiac. I'm going to start now, though, with an overview because that's the information that affects everybody. Before I jump into that, however, yes, in answer to your questions, yes, I am going to start a whole new series of astrology classes for those of you who would like to learn astrology for your own use and or for those of you who would like to become astrologers. I've been an astrologer since, well, I started studying astrology in 1966 when I legalized astrology in the United States. I hung out my shingle officially. It was, I think, I'm trying to think, 1968. That's a long time. I'm going to give you every piece of information about astrology that I know, or at least the ones I remember. So I will be back with the information. If you want to, you can contact me through my, not the email as much as my site, my personal site, Maxine Taylor Astrologer. If you have questions, just shoot me an email and I will be happy to answer all of your questions. My passion is now sharing what I know with those of you who are ready to step forward and practice your calling. And it can simply be to step back and help your family and loved ones through astrology. So that will be, let's see, September after Mercury goes direct. And which brings me, of course, to what we're dealing with the Mercury retrograde. Okay, many of you know what I'm talking about, but for those of you who may not, let me explain to you. When Mercury goes retrograde, it appears to be moving backwards in the heavens. It's not. But it looks that way through a telescope, and it feels that way through your life. Here's the procedure. Every planet but the sun and the moon goes retrograde. But before that, it moves into the shadow of the retrograde. Well, the shadow of the retrograde is what we are now in currently while I'm sitting here trying to get organized and saying, drat, Mercury, shape up. It's a very convenient scapegoat. What happens when Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde is it gives you a preview, oh joy, of what you might expect. Now, a lot of people don't feel that, and you are blessed. After Mercury comes out of the shadow, it goes retrograde. Now, Mercury rules communication, correspondence, transportation. In other words, our mouth and our minds. It rules short trips. It's just the planet of communication. And everything is confused when Mercury goes retrograde. What do you do? Oh, well, let me start with what you don't do. You don't begin new projects. And this is why I'm not going to be starting my latest astrology course while Mercury's retrograde. I'm going to wait until September when it comes out of not only retrograde, but the shadow of the retrograde. Okay, you move into it moves into the shadow and everything gets confused. You make plans to visit with a friend. Your friend gets the wrong day. You get the wrong time, this type of thing. And then Mercury goes retrograde. Now, Mercury is going to go retrograde August 5th. We are in the shadow now, and many of you have said, what is going on? Oh, Mercury's in the shadow. When it goes retrograde, it really kicks butt. And what you're going to do, if you are wise, and I say this to myself, because there are times I have not been wise. Rather, I wanted something so badly that I ordered it or started the project when Mercury was retrograde, knowing that anything begun on the retrograde Mercury is either going to fizzle out completely or have to be redone during the course of the year. Swell. I know I can hear you all saying, oh, charming. Okay. Mercury, during this time, gives you the opportunity to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. You know, the ones you hated to complete, you thought, I'll just put them up. Well, they're up for grabs now. And I know you know what I mean. Okay, Mercury goes direct, meaning it comes out of retrograde August 29th. And it immediately returns to the shadow for a short stay. It will come out of the shadow on September 12th. So if you're wanting to study astrology with me, just know I'm going to try and get that organized during the shadow. And then when the shadow is over, set up the time to start teaching. So that's what we're dealing with. And this is, I'm telling you this to reassure you that no, you're not going crazy. Everybody else is. And that's driving you crazy. All right. The new moon, when everything starts growing, is August 4th. Now, you notice Mercury goes retrograde on the 5th. The new moon goes forward on the 4th. This is when things, not the new moon, but the retrograde starts going crazy. So be aware, just know that you want to use it to your advantage. Don't start a new job, for God's sake. Don't get married on a retrograde Mercury if you possibly can help it. If you're redoing your vows, that's not a new project, is it? It's an old project or older project. So use your judgment. New moon, August 4th, in 12.5 degrees of Leo. Find Leo in your birth chart, and that's where things start growing. Of course, yes, Mercury's going to be retro. Okay. The full moon, 2 weeks later, when everything explodes and comes to a head, is in 27 degrees Aquarius. Find 27 degrees Aquarius in your birth chart, and that's where things will come to a head for you. Okay? You can look forward to these because they are demarcations. So we start off the month with the sun in great, grand, glorious Leo. Leo the showman. Leo that makes life fun. I need my glasses. Excuse me, kids. Okay. The sun will move into Virgo on the 22nd. Virgo, cross those T's, dot those I's, get it perfect first time. That Virgo. Okay. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, kind of goes along very nicely with the sun, the giver of life, the center of our solar system, depending on where it falls in your own birth chart. Venus has been in Leo and will stay in Leo until You ready for the date? The 4th of August, on the new moon. And of course, right around Mercury retrograde. It's a kind of a triple whammy. Okay, so Venus is love and money and beauty. And on the 4th, it moves into Virgo. Cross those T's, dot those I's. Make sure you do it perfectly. Use the left brain. It's there for a reason. That's Virgo. On the 29th, Venus moves into its own sign, Libra. Libra likes to make things balanced and harmonious. Venus is beauty, it's love, it's money, it's art. It's the lesser benefic. It's one of the good guys. Moving forward, we're not going to go back and talk about Mercury. All you have to know is that on the 5th, it goes retrograde, of course. It will back up. No, it doesn't back up, but it feels like it. And through a telescope, it looks like it. It goes retrograde, of course. And hang on one second. Right, on the 5th. And on the 14th, it retrogrades back into Leo, the showman, the optimist. And it goes direct on September 12th. Now, what you want to be aware of is I've given you the entire cycle. You might want to put that down on your calendar, or on your phone calendar, wherever you keep important documents, because this will save you from making a mistake time-wise. Now here's another example. If your car breaks down on the expressway during a retrograde Mercury, you might say, well, I need a car. I have to buy a car. No, you don't have to buy it. You can rent it. And then when Mercury comes out of retrograde, buy the car of your dreams. Okay. Mars, action, passion. It is in Gemini all month. And so, Gemini, you're going to be energized. You're going to be ready to multitask, because Gemini is a double-bodied sign. And you will be talking, you will be expressing your ideas very forcibly. You'll see both sides of every picture, just so you're aware of that. Be aware that you will see that. And Jupiter, the greater benefic. Venus is the lesser, Jupiter is the greater. They're both fabulous. It too is going to be in Gemini all month. Gorgeous. So that's the overview. I will be taping all 12 signs today. Be patient. It's already a little later than I thought it would be when I started, but I will have all 12 signs up for you. So, till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.